So welcome back to our Ghurid campaign, and of course last time we went on an insane journey to visit a holy site, and on the way we picked up a lot of gold, and we are trying to become a Silk Road trader ourselves, but we traveled quite far and we still haven't got it. So hopefully a few more travels at some point in this guy's life. We are now 32 and we can manage that. But one thing I want to do before I forget, we do need some secondary spouses, because right now we only have 2 children. Our primary heir is 5, so I do want to try and make sure we have something sorted out for that. Picking up an alliance would be nice, but there is none, so that is not really going to help. So let's see. Somebody of our faith. This person's of our faith and our culture. So you know what? Let's do that. Hopefully we can have a couple more children, because this doesn't seem to be going so well right now. Which, I guess she does have minus 25 fertility. So, you know what? That does make a lot of sense. But the other thing I want to start today off with is a war against the Ghurids. Because we, of course, want Barmain. Because it has a mine and this building here, the Buddhas of Barmain. So, we are going for that. Right now, their previous ruler seems like recently died. Let's have a look. Oh, this guy has had it for a while. Oh, he's had it since April, actually. So he's only just got the title. So right now, they are much weaker than they will be probably pretty soon. We don't have a claim, and we do need it to go into unrest, which it does seem to be speeding towards. So pretty soon we will be able to go for that. We just need the phase to transition. Now, we have a lot of money, so building up could be something we do. But I don't know. Do we? Okay. For duchies then, maybe these two we hold. The Ghurid duchy, the one we started in, and this one next to us for all them special buildings. But this one up here does have a lot of mines as well. So I'm going to keep my money for now, just in case we do need some mercenaries in any wars or something. It's always good to have them just in case we do need it. And I do want to visit a university. Should we do that now? We have Choplika the Menace. This is our dog and our brother-in-law Dar. He approaches me with rage in his eyes and dog in his hand, held by the scruff of his neck. He thrusts the dog in my face. I can see that is my dear Choplika. I found this little monster amongst my things. Yeah, good one. Don't throw my dog like that. What the hell, you know? I do want to do a university visit. So do we start today off with that? We can go to this one up here. So it's not that far of a travel. We'll make our Ashwar our caravan master as well. And we're going to study hard. And you know what? We can go to Max Library of Knowledge, and it increases the activity success progress. I'm getting an illustrious book artifact and a random skill point. I think start today off with that. It's very expensive. Then hopefully by the time we're back, the phase would have transitioned and we can go to war. So let's see. Maybe we can pick up the perk this time, if we're lucky enough. There we go. Silk Road trade. We're going to let's haggle to get an even better deal. And it failed. Come on, we need them to be successful here. An unusual encounter. Avoiding the harsh midday sun, we have made a temporary camp inside a peculiar and very damp cave. Did you hear that? So who is this? Our caravan master seems ill at ease with our dark shelter. As I turn around, I am suddenly face to face with a young girl who must somehow have walked right in. We had this event before and we followed the child, but we got lost. Ooh, so it must be in her then. We delve deeper and deeper under the earth, leaving the bright sunlit landscape behind for an increasingly damp, dark tunnels. As I finally catch up to the girl, I am distracted by a splendorous sight. An ancient system of underground canals extends as far as the eye can conceal. Welcome, Gershar, to my very own palace. It is likely to dwarf even yours. She looks up at me defiantly, clearly dismayed that I managed to follow her all the way down. Who are you? Let us dive for treasure hidden under these waters. 58% chance we find an old artifact, or we could become ill. I can learn something. 60% chance we get 10% more development growth, or you must learn to respect your elders. You know what? Let's see if we can find an artifact. The only thing I caught was the shivers. Fantastic. And it looks like we're getting no more events that way. Oh, actually, on the last one, let's haggle. 134 gold. We still haven't picked up that trait, so it seems very difficult to get. But because we visited a university, we can pick up another skill point. And let's see. Arrival. Here I am at the gates of Sregana, the renowned university seat. All knowledge is collected inside these hollowed walls, and scholars of repute from all over the world assemble in these same hallways to preserve and increase a true wealth of wisdom, and I'll soon join them. Of course, major centers of culture are also active markets and offer all the distractions that a student could ever desire. I really want to make sure we get a level 5 education here. Let's see if we can do it. I'm going to go for everything that we can. But we have this guy who is the Ghurids Chancellor, and he guesses he's here. We've grown close to him, so you know what? Let's become friends. Silk Road trade again, actually. So we're even doing a bit of trade in the university. Let's haggle. Okay, that one failed. But the language of the master. Jaypala, one of the most respected teachers, is clearly a foreigner. His accent and mannerisms portray him as Bengali. While not strictly necessary for my studies, learning his mother tongue would foster a privileged relationship with Jaypala, which is bound to be a good investment for the future. So this will bring me closer. We gain a 39% chance of learning the language, and it becomes much more successful, or a 60% chance of gaining 127 stress. Come on. I learned his language. It become much more successful. Nice. We're almost level 1. Come on. I really want to get this. And we're no longer ill. Perfect. Eccentric ideas. Listen to me. He shouts manically. If you read between the lines in the Armed Prydain, it's obvious. You just need to begin a shoe, a register from where we tried to number or donkey cart in the realm, and a sword, all while adhering to the principles of theatrical knowledge and observational studies in medicine. Trust me, it will work. But don't have time for your nonsense. We become more successful, or I'll just go. I mean, become rivals with me. I mean, you're some random guy, so that's fine by me. School of Thought. The halls of the university often echoes with debates of students and teachers, some of which escalate into notorious rivalries between Jayapala and Rajadeva. So, when I find them today, they are, as usual, screaming at each other, trying to prove whose field of study is better equipped to discuss what planet should be considered the most important. Something less unusual, however, is that they suddenly notice me approaching and ask me to take a position. So Jayapala is right. Becomes much more successful. The other guy is right, more successful. There are good merits in both disciplines. It can become massively more successful, but only 35% chance. So I think I'm just going to side with Jayapala. I mean, I don't want to risk it being like, you know, only a 35% chance is quite bad. Buddhist religious site completed. So we built that thing. I'd have just received news that the pagoda, which I ordered built a while back, has finally been completed. It rises high and will undoubtedly inspire many here to greater faith in the 3 jewels. So local monks and laity have started to organize efforts to maintain the structure to ensure that it can remain standing for generations to come. So we gain more piety and more monthly prestige. And this county, our capital, gains 2% more holding taxes. You know what? I'll take it. One of the boys. Universities and centers of higher education are always bustling hives of socialization. In the hollowed halls, the students are all peers, all apprentices along to the road of knowledge, which is why it can be helpful to make friends and feel part of the community. So this is this guy who did ignore his advice, but he approached me with the smell of wine on his breath. Join me and my friends, Farzin. Prove to us the might of Gersha by downing more cups than anyone else, and we shall consider you one of us. Maybe, or no thanks. So we can become more successful, but this has a 26% chance of slightly more successful. We're going to say no. We're being that guy. The debate. So teaching takes place for the most part in oral form, and students are encouraged to exercise their rhetorical prowess and to show the progress of their learning in debates. So this one has a 50% chance of becoming much more successful, or slightly more. Much more successful. We're now level 2. My in-depth studies and doctrine have confronted me with many new questions, not all of which seem to have clear-cut answers. Some even have contradictory explanations. Is faith supposed to be completed by reason or not? Does faith only deal with the unseen or not? Can we even know what is unseen or not? Yes or no? So there must be meaning. 4% chance it become massively. Come on. Much more successful. You know what? I'll take it. But we lost Midas Touched. We gained Golden Sovereign. That's the first time I've ever had a 5-star, I believe. This has been such an amazing experience. When I left, I couldn't even imagine the number of wise men that study here, and the depth of their thinking and their breadth of their research. Just being part of the same environment has made me a much better person, and with my new gained knowledge, I can make my way home very satisfied. However, during my stay, I've grown close to one of my teachers, J. Parla. So what can we do? We can join our court. It'd be nice, but he's a teacher. I mean, I think we should leave him there. We have local hero, a sec. So as we traverse the grasslands, we'll better go in a sec. Oh, sorry, I rushed that because I wanted to see that end of that university visit, but it's gone now. There we go. We picked up Avaricious as well. But with this, we get plus 10 stewardship, plus 3 learning, 25% vassal taxes, and 50% more stewardship lifestyle experience, and 25 for learning. So we have actually picked up a tier 5 education. The Awakening. It is nightfall, and a man is hard at work when we arrive at the cereal fields south of Nadada. He appears to be flattening crops at a rapid pace, using a large flat piece of wood and heavy stones. I frown as I watch the man performing his labor, then inquire as to what exactly he is up to. He winces and starts on a long rant about how we all need to wake up and meet our true masters instead of hiding behind the false Hindu teachings. All right. You do you, I guess. I'm sure. Tomb Raiders. Turning a bend on the path, we come across a group of people covered in dust, emerging from what must have once have been an impressive tomb. They hoist burlap sacks that jingle and jangle, weighed down by the trinkets they have dug up out of the ancient building. Times are hard, dear Gersha. Our families must be fed, and we are not doing harm to anyone among the living. There is no future for those who disregard the past. The Gersha deserves his cut, or they are desperate. I'll reimburse them for the loot. We can get forgive the desperate. We lose 55 gold, or on the opposite, punish the destitute. More control growth, let popular opinion. What would we do, realistically? I mean, I'm not going to reimburse them, right? Well, you know what? We've been quite holy. We'll forgive them. And a duel demanded. So we have Merab. He's got 24 prowess. A lot better than us. An imposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Merab of Gur. I have bested dozens of men in combat. And honestly, all those fights were dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me. Someone I can learn from. If you can best me in combat, I will become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day, I demand to meet one of you in a fair fight. So we can just say no and trample him. You might be less valuable after I win. We can fight him. There's a 0% chance we win, so we don't actually duel. Or we can send this guy to fight. There we go. He joined my court. There we go. We have returned home. Gain a little bit of XP as well towards Wanderer and Seasoned. Still, sadly, we are not a Silk Road merchant, but we have picked up Golden Sovereign, which I am very, very happy about. But there we go. We're literally going into the next phase now. So any second. Oh, we've had a daughter. Okay, let's see. Sima. Let's not go with that then. Fruzan. There we go. Fruzan. I like that. And how are these getting along? He's 22 now, so he's growing up. Not at war. We're still allies. We're always going to protect them. And we're probably going to want to call him to our next war as well. I could do with a bigger army, to be honest. So I think getting Balmain is going to be really, really big for us. So once this goes just like that, we go to war against the Ghurids. Oh, we actually have a claim, do we? Yeah, we straight up have a claim on Balmain, actually. And I assume that's cheaper to push. So it's more expensive. So we'll just conquer county and go for Balmain. We can't do duchy because we're not illustrious. But let's do that. And we're going to call allies. We'll make sure we call the Zunbills. And you know what? Better be safe than sorry. We're going to call this guy, actually, they have 1,500, no allies, and no money. So you know what? Maybe we don't need any more allies. I'd rather not go into, like, negative prestige. And we have the time we spent together. So this is my wife. What does she want? I do not hold my wife close to heart. And the more time I spend with her, the more I start to understand why that is. Everything she does gets on my nerves. Okay, great. We're not going to have such a close relationship then like we seemed to have last time, it seems. So you know what? We're going to make you our primary spouse instead. There we go. Harrier. That's how that name goes, I assume. We had this event not long ago. We are not compensating you. It's just a dog. But there we go. Who do we want to lead our army? Yeah, our caravan master and commander. Let's get him in there. Could go with our brother-in-law. But you know what? This guy seems the best. He's the guy who can't have children. So let's hope we don't force him into an early death. And we're going to march straight over to Balmain. Oh, What just changed? I swear something changed with their land there. I'm not fully sure. But we're going to get in there and start sieging the war target straight away. But who is this? Okay, so these guys up here, the curious animal reminded me of you. A tiger. Last time we had a tiger, it did attack our daughter or our now sister. So I think for now, we'll just say you keep the tiger. Oh, right. They're right there, their armies. But we're going to head in straight for an attack. And the young mediator, there was commotion amongst the children today. Our niece, Golbahar, was attempting to preach among her fellow youngsters and become the target of a small fight. Afshan intervened and managed to stop the fight before anybody got hurt. So she can become calm, brave, or let's go calm. That's nice. How's our son coming along? Hasn't picked up any traits yet. We could influence his personality. I mean, temperate. What do we want to give him though? Ambitious, temperate, or diligent? I think we'll go with diligent. I approach my son Furzin and ask, when I call you to attend, do you serve? I try my best. We've done this before, but there we go. He has picked up diligent. What's a girl to do? As I enter the room, I notice my satrap, pariah, acting distant and aloof. I walk over to her and put a hand on her shoulder. What's the matter? I ask. She looks at me for a moment, then sighs heavily. It's this place. It's so understimulating. His shoulders heave in a shrug. I just don't know what to do with myself. So we can tell her to socialize. A new skill always refreshes my mood. She can gain more martial. Yeah, go and... No, that backfired. Okay, now our wives hate each other. Nice. So there we go. Let's get on this siege. And we finished Avaricious. I mean, we may as well go down this and try and build up this county once we get it. So we're going to siege this first and send gift. So the guy we made friends with, he wants to send me 202 gold. Yes. Making that friendship was an amazing choice. Unconditionally. So we've had this as well. I don't like to repeat events, and we've had them not long ago. But basically, he comes over and gives us a big hug. You're a good son. What we're going to do is siege this, and then once it's sieged, we're going to rush over and attack. So who are we? So right now, we are swaying our brother still. We're going to end it, and we're just going to abandon it. He does have 100 opinion of us, so I don't think we need to worry about that too much. But sieged, and then we're going to go over there and try and go for a fight. Saying it's close, but I believe we should win. I mean, hopefully we can catch them anyway. And Choplicker, a new friend. My dog prances into the garden just as I am heading inside. As I stop to give a greeting, I see something moving behind her. It's a cat, followed closely behind her. Our father had, oh, he dislikes me if we don't get the cat. Okay, we're having a cat called Mittens then. I don't want Choplicker to not like me. What happens if it doesn't like me? Can it attack me? I mean, maybe. Well, let's go straight in for this. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely. Ooh, alliance ended. Our brother-in-law. Yeah, he had this. And he was slain in the battle. Right. Anyone else going to get slain? Hopefully not. Oh, no. Did he get injured in the battle? Was he... He might have been in that battle, you know? Oh my god. So, we just lost a brother-in-law and our brother. So that leaves us with no brothers left. And the lands he held are now held by our nephew. We're going to get an alliance. We're going to get an alliance with him. And you know what? Is he being educated? He is. No, he's not being educated. So what we're going to do is we're going to educate. We're going to offer guardianship. And let's see. Stewardship. I don't want to do it myself. My brother-in-law and steward can do it. That is Gulgun's partner. So we can do that. Make sure he's hopefully educated quite well. But... enemy combatants captured, allied combatants slain. So, yeah, we did see that he was killed. That's fine. But after that battle, they are left with 1,000 survivors. But we did capture their commander. So we are currently up 58%. So we're going to carry on, do a couple more sieges. Oh, we do need a tax collector as well. We have nobody good. So we're going to work on that after this. Let's get this wall done first. And then what we'll probably do is marry somebody into our court who would make a good tax collector. But accusations of witchcraft, bloodstained cloth, crows, feathers, strange smelling concoctions. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Upper Gur as proof that Nargis has been practicing witchcraft in her hut in the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim her evil works have been the cause of their sick animals and are calling for her execution. No, she's a miracle worker. She's not a witch, is she? Evidence is circumstantial. Release her. Upper Gur get upset peasant. She must burn for her crimes. Get satisfied peasant. Or a witch, you say. I could use a new advisor. We get upset peasants again. I mean, we didn't kill a previous witch, right? I mean, honestly, we're going to let it go. We let a witch go before, so we're going to let this one go as well. 84%. They're going for our capital, so we are going to head down and also try and attack them now. Do not let them siege our capital. That could be really bad for us. Come on, this is so close. The Vidilist Reformation. So, who is this? This is in Lithuania. Okay, I'm fine with that one. Ooh, look at the Fatimids. How's this guy? He's starting to grow as well. And he won a war against them. So how are the Fatimids getting along? They're growing as well. They're currently doing more wars as well. So, I mean, these guys are even closer to us. So I'm interested to see how this works. We now have 3 Muslim faiths, and all of them, I mean, they're pretty powerful as well. So that could make some major differences. But luckily, we did stop them sieging. We're up 94%. So ticking war score will win this for us now. What I'm going to do, we may as well keep heading down here. And any second, there we go. Mitten's delicacy. So what is this? My lord, a stout man I vaguely recognize as belonging to the kitchen staff, approaches me just as I enter the garden with my cat. I'm sure you've heard, but the latest delicacy on everyone's tongue. His gaze falls upon Mittens, its cat. You're not eating my cat. Go away. But we have just picked up Balmain. So what we're going to do, start increasing control over here. We're also going to convert the faith, and we need a steward. So I'm going to put my chancellor to become my steward and get her to promote our culture over here. We're really going to turn Balmain into our faith and everything now. We do need a new chancellor. Our vassal and Ashwar, there we go. And for our spy master, our court tutor, she's been around for a long time. She's never did anything to wrong me, so I feel like we can trust her. But while I am at the market with Furzon, his attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Firaz watched him for a while when he did nothing but cough and beg for water. Firaz rolled his eyes and kept on walking. So he can become callous, being called both heartless and cold-blooded. Firaz is indifferent to most, arrogant, or compassionate. I feel like arrogant is the way to go here. So we're going to make him arrogant. I think that's okay. What we need to do, though, I think we need somebody who's good to be a tax collector. So let's have a look around. Now, she is unmarried after her husband was slain in battle. So if we can marry her off matrilineally to somebody with high stewardship like that, bring them into our court, and then this guy can be promoted to be our tax collector. We're making 5.4 gold per month, and pretty soon we will have the Buddhas of Balmain giving us some money, and over here we have the mining settlement. So this has some really unique buildings. We have City Watch. Right now it's no bonuses, but if we increase it up to extended routes, we get less taxes, but more levy reinforcement. Then it goes to gatehouses and stuff, and it will give us a little bit more tax, control growth, more fort level and stuff. We also have God's House Hospital. A small infirmary has been set up where sick and elderly members of the community will be cared for. So that can help a tiny bit with development, mostly popular opinion. We also have a tunnel network, which later on at max level can give us 3 gold per month. So that could be really nice. Small hill fort and this building, of course. And then in the temple holding, we have prayer halls and cleared caves, which is similar tunnel networks look. And then in the other castle, which we are going to revoke, and we are going to hold both of these castles over here, just so we can get the money from this mine. They have camelry here, and again, more of these. So that can make another 3 gold. This would get us another 3, so that's 6 extra gold. The mine at max level, 9, so that's 15 gold. And then paired with this, 10% more holding taxes. I think we just found our new capital, right? Like, I was saying at the start, how cool would it be to like have Kabul and stuff, or this one as your capital in the mountains? So I think after we've got Bactria, we create a culture all about like mountain living, right? I did get a comment as well, and it was, but if we picked up mountain homes and industrious, this will help boost our development and metal worker as well. So we could do that and start living in the mountains and make our own culture. I think Balmain, this could be an insane capital. Do we move our capital here now though? I guess then try and get these back. Like, because this duchy here, we could hold this duchy as our capital. It's all in the mountains and stuff as well. So I think that could be a really unique capital, and we hold these two. But for now, you know what? I'm going to move Balmain as our capital. I think that makes the most sense. It's got like, you know, a religious building there as well. It's got hospitals. It's a fantastic county to build up. especially now when the control's fixed as well, which will take some while. Do we have no one that's much better really either to do that, sadly? But that is going to take 8 years, so over time we will start making some decent money from that. But now I need to work out, I mean, is there a way to like get these back? 55% chance, but it's tyranny. One thing we can do is we could fabricate a claim. Right now I'll just change the faith over here, but on succession, we are going to have to be careful now that we don't start losing the second duchy. If we can eventually hold these 2 duchies, I think we'll be in a really good position. But do we want to build this up? To build up tunnel networks, we need crop rotation. So really, there's not a lot we can do. Our culture is going to hold us back from like really building this up. So that's going to hold us back. And we're not the cultural head that the Ghurids are. And for the Bactrian supremacy, we don't need to be Tajik. We only have to be either Zoroastrian or Buddhist. So we can stay Buddhist. And we will have to actually at some point move our capital back. But we can do that when we actually take the decision. So it must just slightly be out of the region. Yeah, it is. So we can move that back later. I'm not worried about that, because this will probably be our capital even when we get Bactria. And then over time, de jure drift will just bring that into our empire. But I think maybe there's no reason not to like make our own culture pretty soon. So let me try and work out what would be a good culture. I'm thinking maybe something along the lines of that for our first culture. We put on bureaucratic. That allows more development growth. And then pair that with mountain homes, irrigation expert, industrious. Could have a pretty good culture for us to start really making the most and build like a really strong capital in the mountains. But I'm not going to build that yet. I want to ask for some of your opinions in the comments. What traditions should we pick up? Because then I won't make it then until I've seen the comments on this video. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I'm thinking of like a culture based around the mountains and mountain living, because our capital will be in this area. Well, I have land all up here, and this will be like the base for where we expand and go down to India. So making this as strong as it can be, I think will be really important for us. So if you have any opinions on that, please let me know. But I think we do go ahead and try and take these counties here, to be honest. It may start a war. Like, it may. But, you know, we are the leader. And realistically, we do kind of want to hold that for ourselves. So I think that's probably what we'll do at some point. Just maybe not right this second. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to start expanding up this way. We're not illustrious, so we can't do duchy wars. And we are actually in negative prestige right now. And we are actually in negative prestige right now as well. We have a new claimant of all the buffoonery I have ever seen. Now, Chancellor's inane effort to improve my relations with my neighbors, my good-for-nothing Chancellor, has officially acknowledged this guy's claim for our land. I mean, we're allies anyway, so I don't think he's gonna go for it. Although he likes me less now, sadly. A harsh judgment. Following the death sentence of a lowly thief, I asked my daughter Afshan what she thought. She responded that the sentence was far too harsh for such a small crime. Okay, so just, cynical, or temperate. Yeah, she can go just. That's fine. But yeah, we are going to have to move our capital back over here to take that decision a bit later on. What we need to do, though, we need to get some prestige. So I think let's go with a romance scheme against our wife. Declaration of love. So secretly plant a letter in her chambers, a love poem, impress her with a sparring match, or go with my gut in the moment. We'll secretly plant a letter. So my declaration of love is for her eyes only. No one else matters. I pour my heart out page after page. My feelings grow as I finally put them into words. The ink has barely dried as I set out for her chambers. I gently place the scroll on her bolster. Will she lay here tonight dreaming of me? The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When her reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, my liege, I am most grateful for your kind words. So let's see how that goes along as well. That's usually a nice, easy way as well to get a little bit of prestige. Now, you want to pay a ransom for this guy, 50 gold. Yes, take him. Oh, and look at that. Our house unity is actually maxed out. So we can placate vassals. So that's more vassal opinion and taxes from powerful vassals on the council. Encourage house to improve economy. Rulers will adopt the builder economical archetype. Promote development. So buildings are cheaper and we get more development growth. We'll educate youth in temples. You know what? Encourage to improve the economy. And we're also going to promote development. So now the vassals of our dynasty will hopefully start building up their land, improving development. We can make our duchy quite powerful. I wouldn't mind if we could just do a kingdom war against the Ghurids, but I don't think that's going to happen for some time. Sadly, anyway. You want to arrange a betrothal. We don't get an alliance, so we are just going to say no. What is this? Over the past few years, the strength and influence of Khazaria has been wavering. Both the Russo-Norse as well as the human nomads of the steppe are eyeing the territories they currently control. High Chieftain Blush has united the local nomads in a Cuman and Kipchak confederation, and their combined strength is threatening to subjugate the entire steppe region. So this guy as well now, I mean, it doesn't seem that... Oh, okay then. I was gonna say he doesn't seem that powerful, but that would be a lie. This guy's at war as well. It's tyranny war he's defending. So he's not doing as well. Fatimids, though, still growing. Kiev and Rus, they are in a lot of wars. Oh, so Tanglehir's family have ended up being vassalized by Sweden, but they've still picked up a decent chunk of land, but Sweden has come out on top there. I believe as well at some point the Historic Invasions mod does actually have a Zoroastrian uprising, so that may happen pretty soon, or I think it's like soonish. So in a few videos, we may be faced with that as they rise up and maybe attempt to take our land. But a rare flower, as my sweetheart and I walk through the Bumane Gardens, I gesture at the greenery around us. For all their beauty, there isn't a single flower which rivals your own, my lady. There is one, she says, with a mischievous smile, a rare orchid from Hungary, which is impossible to cultivate. I mean, 25 gold for the flower. I mean, yeah. Why not? We have a lot of gold. I do want this county, but I think we should wait until we get a claim on it. Yeah, please, in the comments, let me know. I really want to make a good culture for mountains and stuff. This capital I do want to build up as well. We're not going to do it just yet. We'll wait until our culture is a bit better and we have more stuff unlocked, because we're quite limited right now. That's why I kind of want to make my own, so then we can like be the cultural heads and stuff. Pet in the pet, we lose 11 stress. Nice. Lively livestock, an additional payment in a recent trade deal. I find myself in possession of a large cattle herd. I have been assured that the animals are of the highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. So Balmain will get 10% more development growth, or 85% chance. Guess 20% more development growth. So we'll go with that. There we go. So the development year is 6, so it's very low. But once we have the culture and that converted, we will start increasing the development there. I'm actually not in debt with prestige anymore, which is nice. Oh, look, so tunnel networks, hospitals, and city watches, they're all actually from Cities of Wonder. That makes sense. So I'm assuming then maybe the previous ruler year actually built a lot of these, because they're taking up a lot of slots. So we actually have some of these built. Yeah, I do want to start leveling up the castle here. We do need battlements for the next one, which, if you look at the culture and go to battlements, that is in the next era, which we don't unlock for another 8 years, which is not great. So we are very much stuck in terms of building tall, but I feel like we've got a good base set up with Farzin. He's got insane stewardship, 40. That may be the highest I've ever naturally had in this game. I think that's the highest I have ever had. 40 is a lot. So for today, I'm going to leave that here, but I think tomorrow is where we actually start expanding. Tomorrow is going to be a big warfare focused video, I think. We've got to start expanding fast. We're going to go for all these green people, and then we're going to start moving into the Ghurids properly. We've defeated them once in war, so I'm sure we can do it again. But yeah, I'm going to leave that there. So thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.